Language Foundations Vocabulary Flashcards, helping you achieve understanding.
Appear very large or occupy a commanding position. A powerful small boat designed to pull or push larger ships. Anything that approximates the shape of a column or tower. A tower of dust rose above the horizon. A structure taller than its diameter, can stand alone or be attached to a larger building. Appear very large or occupy a commanding position. A very large person, impressive in size or qualities. A ship that has been wrecked and abandoned. Appear very large or occupy a commanding position. Large shadows loomed on the canyon wall. Hang over, as of something threatening, dark, or menacing. A textile machine for weaving yarn into a textile. Come into view indistinctly, often threateningly. Another airplane loomed into the sky. Weave on a loom. Materials loomed in Egypt. Appear very large or occupy a commanding position. The huge sculpture predominates over the fountain. Having superior power and influence. Be larger in number, quantity, power, status or importance. Hispanics predominate in this neighborhood. A powerful small boat designed to pull or push larger ships. A sudden abrupt pull. A powerful small boat designed to pull or push larger ships. Carry with difficulty. Strive and make an effort to reach a goal. She tugged for years to make a decent living. Move by pulling hard. The horse finally tugged the cart out of the mud. Pull hard. The prisoner tugged at the chains. Pull or strain hard at. Each oar was tugged by several men. Struggle in opposition. She tugged and wrestled with her conflicts. Tow, a vessel, with a tug. The tugboat tugged the freighter into the harbor. A powerful small boat designed to pull or push larger ships. An article giving opinions or perspectives. Anything that approximates the shape of a column or tower. The test tube held a column of white powder. A vertical cylindrical structure standing alone and not supporting anything, such as a monument. A vertical glass tube used in column chromatography. A mixture is poured in the top and washed through a stationary substance where components of the mixture are adsorbed selectively to form colored bands. Architecture. A tall vertical cylindrical structure standing upright and used to support a structure. A line of units following one after another. Any tubular or pillar-like supporting structure in the body. A page or text that is vertically divided. The newspaper devoted several columns to the subject. A vertical array of numbers or other information. He added a column of numbers. Anything that approximates the shape of a column or tower. A thin pillar of smoke betrayed their campsite. A vertical cylindrical structure standing alone and not supporting anything, such as a monument. A prominent supporter. He is a pillar of the community. Architecture. A tall vertical cylindrical structure standing upright and used to support a structure. A fundamental principle or practice. Science eroded the pillars of superstition. Lifting device consisting of a platform or cage that is raised and lowered mechanically in a vertical shaft in order to move people from one floor to another in a building. Raise or haul up with or as if with mechanical help. The act of raising something. He responded with a lift of his eyebrow. Fly people or goods to or from places not accessible by other means. Food is airlifted into Bosnia. Invigorate or heighten. Lift my spirits. Make off with belongings of others. Transportation of people or goods by air, especially when other means of access are unavailable. Rise up. Cancel officially. Lift an embargo. Perform cosmetic surgery on someone's face. Take illegally. A wave that lifts the surface of the water or ground. Put an end to. Lift a ban. Plastic surgery to remove wrinkles and other signs of aging from your face. An incision is made near the hairline and skin is pulled back and excess tissue is excised. Some actresses have more than one facelift. The event of something being raised upward. Raise from a lower to a higher position. Move upwards. Lift one's eyes. Take without referencing from someone else's writing or speech, of intellectual property. The component of the aerodynamic forces acting on an airfoil that opposes gravity. Move upward. The fog lifted. Raise in rank or condition. The new law lifted many people from poverty. A powered conveyance that carries skiers up a hill. A device worn in a shoe or boot to make the wearer look taller or to correct a shortened leg. A ride in a car. He gave me a lift home. Call to stop the hunt or to retire, as of hunting dogs. Make audible. He lifted a war whoop. One of the layers forming the heel of a shoe or boot. Pay off, a mortgage. Remove from a seedbed or from a nursery. Lift the tulip bulbs. Remove from a surface. The detective carefully lifted some fingerprints from the table. Remove, hair, by scalping. Rise upward, as from pressure or moisture. The floor is lifting slowly. Take hold of something and move it to a different location. Lift the box onto the table. Take off or away by decreasing. Lift the pressure. Take, root crops, out of the ground. Lift potatoes. The act of giving temporary assistance. Located in or toward the back or rear. The chair's rear legs. Rise up. The side of an object that is opposite its front. His room was toward the rear of the hotel. Cause to rise up. The side that goes last or is not normally seen. Construct, build, or erect. The fleshy part of the human body that you sit on. Stand up on the hind legs, of quadrupeds. The horse reared in terror. The part of something that is furthest from the normal viewer. It was hidden in the rear of the store. Look after a child until it is an adult. The back of a military formation or procession. Infantrymen were in the rear. Get up and out of bed. An increase in cost. They asked for a 10% rise in rates. Return from the dead. Christ is risen. Theology, the origination of the Holy Spirit at Pentecost. A movement upward. They cheered the rise of the hot air balloon. Rise up. Increase in volume. Come up, of celestial bodies. The sun also rises. The amount of salary is increased. The act of changing location in an upward direction. Go up or advance. A wave that lifts the surface of the water or ground. Move to a better position in life or to a better job. Rise in rank or status. Come into existence. Take on form or shape. Increase in value or to a higher point. An upward slope or grade, as in a road. The car couldn't make it up the rise. Take part in a rebellion. Renounce a former allegiance. The property possessed by a slope or surface that rises. Increase in price or value. Become more extreme. Come to the surface. Move upward. Rise to one's feet. A growth in strength or number or importance. Exert oneself to meet a challenge. Rise to a challenge. A dish, often boat-shaped, for serving gravy or sauce. A small vessel for travel on water. Ride in a boat on water. The visual appearance of something or someone. A perceptual structure. Make something, usually for a specific function. Shape a figure. A concrete representation of an otherwise nebulous concept. Any spatial attributes, especially as defined by outline. He could barely make out their shapes. The state of good health, especially in the phrases in condition, or in shape, or out of condition, or out of shape. Shape or influence. Give direction to. Alternative names for the body of a human being. The spatial arrangement of something is distinct from its substance. Geometry is the mathematical science of shape. The supreme headquarters that advises NATO on military matters and oversees all aspects of the Allied Command Europe. Give shape or form to. Shape the dough. The visual appearance of something or someone. A perceptual structure. The composition presents problems for students of musical form. The phonological or orthographic sound or appearance of a word that can be used to describe or identify something. The inflected forms of a word can be represented by a stem in a list of inflections to be attached. Make something, usually for a specific function. Any spatial attributes, especially as defined by outline. Establish or impress firmly in the mind. A body of students who are taught together. Create, as an entity. Social groups form everywhere. Biology. A group of organisms within a species that differ in trivial ways from similar groups. A category of things distinguished by some common characteristic or quality. Sculpture is a form of art. A life-size dummy used to display clothes. Develop into a distinctive entity. Alternative names for the body of a human being. The spatial arrangement of something is distinct from its substance. To compose or represent. This wall forms the background of the stage setting. Give shape or form to. Form the young child's character. Physical chemistry, a distinct state of matter in a system. Matter that is identical in chemical composition and physical state and separated from other material by the phase boundary. A mold for setting concrete. They built elaborate forms for pouring the foundation. An ability to perform well. He was at the top of his form. An arrangement of the elements in a composition or discourse. The essay was in the form of a dialogue. A particular mode in which something is manifested. His resentment took the form of extreme hostility. A printed document with spaces in which to write. He filled out his tax form. Assume a form or shape. The water formed little beads. The commercial activity involved in repairing old structures or constructing new ones. Their main business is home construction. The act of constructing something. During the construction we had to take a detour. An interpretation of a text or action. They put an unsympathetic construction on his conduct. The creation of a construct. The process of combining ideas into a congruous object of thought. A group of words that form a constituent of a sentence and are considered as a single unit. I concluded from his awkward constructions that he was a foreigner. A thing constructed. A complex entity constructed of many parts. She wore her hair in an amazing construction of whorls and ribbons. Drawing a figure satisfying certain conditions as part of solving a problem or proving a theorem. The assignment was to make a construction that could be used in proving the Pythagorean theorem. The people in a society considered as a system organized by a characteristic pattern of relationships. Sociologists have studied the changing structure of the family. A particular complex anatomical part of a living thing and its construction and arrangement. He has good bone structure. A thing constructed. A complex entity constructed of many parts. The structure consisted of a series of arches. Give a structure to. I need to structure my days. The complex composition of knowledge as elements and their combinations. His lectures have no structure. The manner of construction of something and the arrangement of its parts. Artists must study the structure of the human body. A charm superstitiously believed to embody magical powers. A practitioner of voodoo. Bring bad luck. Be a source of misfortune. Geology. A column of weathered and unusually shaped rock. A tall sandstone hoodoo. Something believed to bring bad luck. A small column, or structure resembling a column, that is a part of a plant or animal. A tower that is part of a defensive structure, such as a castle. A tower for mooring airships. A tower with a light that gives warning of shoals to passing ships. A large vertical steel tower supporting high-tension power lines. Power pylons are a favorite target for terrorists. A large vertical steel tower supporting high-tension power lines. Power pylons are a favorite target for terrorists. A tower for guiding pilots or marking the turning point in a race. Tower of a kind once used to make shot. Molten lead was poured through a sieve and dropped into water. A cylindrical tower used for storing silage. Military installation consisting of an underground structure where ballistic missiles can be stored and fired. A tall tower that forms the superstructure of a building, usually a church or temple, and that tapers to a point at the top. A tall tower that forms the superstructure of a building, usually a church or temple, and that tapers to a point at the top. A tower that serves to support something. Tower consisting of a multi-storied building of offices or apartments. Tower block is the British term for high-rise. A self-contained weapons platform housing guns and capable of rotation. A small tower extending above a building.
Become our student and get access to effective and free educational materials. Subscribe to our YouTube channel to become a part of our growing YouTube community and to learn English effectively.